Okay, good morning, students. Let us discuss our topic and then later we will try to fix the problem. Uh, so, last class we started with the introduction to cloud computing, and then we have dealt with the limitations of traditional computing and how cloud computing addresses the issues, um, and also the enterprise perspective of having their own infrastructure and what are the queries that need to be addressed. In today's class, we will look at the subsequent topic, which is individuals users perspective. So I would be sharing the screen now. I hope you all saw the information and material posted in the classroom, almanac, textbooks, and some notes also I have posted. Please go through. So, last class we studied about all this, and in today's class we will look at individual users perspective. So students, what I would like you all to do now is, we all are individual users of computing. Can anyone tell me one by one, um, how can it benefit individual, how can cloud benefit individual users? And also one point related to the existing system, that is the traditional computing scenario, and what are the questions that need to be addressed in traditional computing scenario. One by one, if you can tell me, then it would be nice. Okay. Gyaneshwari, please tell me.
Ma'am, I have just now joined, ma'am.
Okay, Priyanka, Manisha, Shireen, no one can tell anything about individual users' view on traditional computing and cloud computing. Okay, then I will only tell you. So what happens is individual users also access software applications like text editor, image editor. An individual user can also do some sort of programming, games. For all this, huge investment is required to procure the hardware. For instance, to play high-end games, you require a high-end machine. Uh, this is about individual user, you, me, a single person. And then when you purchase hardware, obviously you have to have some kind of maintenance. And then you may require to approach hardware technicians sometimes when it does not work. You may go for antivirus software, you may go for AC again, and also you have to have specific softwares. Those specific softwares you may need to buy a licensed version. This is all about individual use. I think you might have experienced when you do when you uh, practice programs at home, you require a system, you require laptop, or you require a desktop. And then suppose if you have to do programs on Java, then you have to install Java JDK, and then you need to set the class path, and then you can have you may have to have IDE, for instance NetBeans or Eclipse if you want to use IDE, or you may have to have a simple application like Notepad, command prompt. So all these are software tools. You need to have them in order to uh, execute a program, and then. Uh, all these things incur an extra cost. For example, there are some softwares which are licensed versions which you have to purchase. They are not freely downloadable. You have to purchase hardware, you have to purchase software, you have to purchase antivirus, you may have to purchase some kind of cooling system, you may have to pay a person who visit your place and do some kind of repair. All these things comes under the purview of traditional computing, and all these require separate cost, and they are recurring. So that is the problem in traditional computing. So then um, what is the solution? Is there any solution? At least please recall what are the problems of an enterprise. What are the just now I discussed the problems of individual user, and also last class I discussed the problems of enterprise, a business, a setup, a startup, or a uh, big business, whatever it may be. There are some problems in traditional computing approaches. So then it next comes to the question of, is there any solution to all these worries? What are the worries? The worries of procuring hardware, worries of procuring licensed software, maintenance, payment to engineers, technicians. There are primarily two options to do all this: doing it ourselves or outsourcing. Doing it ourselves in the sense that if an enterprise has to uh, go for IT infrastructure, they have to buy, they have to do everything, that is doing it themselves. doing it by themselves, or if you have to play games, or you have to do some sort of high end programming, then you also have to go to market, buy the hardware and all. Or outsourcing is giving the responsibility to some third party. That third party is trained for the job. What is the job of they work at different levels. Outsourcing can be done at different levels. Outsourcing of um, the whole project, or outsourcing of only hardware, you just use their hardware resources. Outsourcing of software, at different levels you can work. So the solution is to go for some um, mechanism which provides all these facilities on pay and use basis. Okay. Next, we will go into that pay and use basis uh, shortly. What are the three layers of computing? The three layers of computing are infrastructure, platform, and application. Can anyone tell me an example of infrastructure, platform, and application? Yes. Let us start from down bottom now. Shirin, please give me an example of infrastructure. What do you mean by infrastructure? Manisha, Priyanka, Gyaneshwari, Akhil. Students, try to give response. It improves your knowledge. It gives you
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
good morning. Akhil, please tell me. We are studying three layers of computing. Computing
Yes, ma'am.
has been divided, categorized into three layers: infrastructure, platform, and application. Can you give me an example of infrastructure? What encompasses infrastructure? Students, these are the basic questions. Think that it is, okay, I want to ask you something. I have shared with you one mock interview video. Have you all gone through? Yes, Akhil?
Infrastructure, maybe the design of any something.
No, no, infrastructure is not the design. Um, infrastructure,
I heard about infrastructure facilities like that.
with
I'm thinking
what
that
facilities? Yeah, it is a facility.
infra.
Hmm. With respect,
I heard about infrastructure facilities like that. So I'm thinking it's maybe a design or something.
no, it's not design. Students try to
Yes.
I try to correlate. I'll give you an example. For instance, I am taking class from home because proper infrastructure is not available at college. What does it means? What is required to take class, online class? What infrastructure is required?
Laptop or mobile broadband connection.
Right, very good. One first hardware. You need a hardware in the form of laptop, desktop, mobile, tab. Right. Next, you also require a broadband connection. If it is not available, you can't connect to the outside world. In order to connect, you require a connection. And then you may require, I'm using some devices like graphic tablet, pen tab, or a stylus. That's also infrastructure, means all hardware things. Of course, you also have to have a classroom, and then you have to have a projector if needed. So all hardware related things is infrastructure. Infrastructure um, refers to computing resources in the raw form, in the metal form, in the bare metal form, without any software installed over them. That is infrastructure. For instance, processor, memory, network card, storage devices, hardware appliances. Also, uh, electricity supply, cooling system. They are not actual computing facilities. Rather, they are the secondary infrastructure resources required in order to carry out in order to carry out our primary function of computing. Okay, students, are you able to understand? So, infrastructure is the hardware, platform is the operating system, and uh, some sort of runtime libraries. For instance, JDK. Windows 10 and JDK may form your platform. When you do your project, the external examiner may ask you, what is the platform on which you have developed your project? Then what will you answer? You say that I am using NetBeans, because NetBeans is an IDE that has a built-in Java into it. So then you say NetBeans, you say Windows 10 or Ubuntu, or Linux, and then further down you may say, if asked the hardware, you can say that I am using an Intel i5 or i7 process 64-bit processor. Like that, there are levels to describe about the computing facilities. Infrastructure is the bottom layer, which this is the elements of three computing layers. Please remember this. Infrastructure includes computing. Computing means processor, storage, includes RAM, hard disk, network devices, network card to connect to internet. Platform includes your um, operating system, any application runtimes. Applications include the interface with which you interact with the uh, system. For instance, actually, IDE NetBeans is a application interface. JDK comes under application runtime in this scenario. If you are interacting directly with the JDK, then it comes at this level. So whatever is the interface, SQL. If, if you interact with SQL directly, then it is the interface at application layer. There are things which execute at this layer, and mm, on top of this layer you have another layer, which is an application layer, which includes interfaces with which user interacts. Okay, students. So, did you understand the three layers of computing? Always remember three layers of computing. And also, when you do your project, uh, you have front end, you have middle end, and you have back end. That sort of represent these elements. Back end you will have database. Middle end you will have servlets or .NET or PHP, different technologies. Front end can be your HTML, your JSP, with which user interacts. So your project is also segregated in the form of layers. Like our computing facilities are divided up into three layers: infrastructure, platform, and application. Okay, I hope it is clear. Please remember this. This is important. Three layers in traditional computing. Um, so what now? At least now, please tell me what is traditional infrastructure model? When do you call a particular computing facility a traditional infrastructure model? Students, what is the problem? Tell me.
But the
Bachcha.
basic which we are using starting the first invented or anything or base like the traditional.
Um, all the time we are studying about last class, this class, and all the time we are studying about traditional methodology. In traditional methodology, what do you mean by traditional methodology? First point, traditional methodology is about doing it yourself. That is traditional. So now tell me, traditional means doing it yourself. Infrastructure means what? Hardware. Traditional infrastructure model means what? Procuring and purchasing all the hardware by yourself. That is traditional infrastructure model. And then what is traditional platform model? Traditional platform model means, traditional means again, you have to purchase, you have to do on your own. That is traditional. And platform means what? Platform means operating system and runtime libraries. Traditional platform model means what? You are buying a, operating system, runtime environment. That is traditional platform. Traditional means you are doing, platform means operating system and runtime libraries. Traditional application model means what? Traditional means you have to do everything, you have to do. Application means what? An interface with which user interacts. Traditional application model means what? You have to develop the application. Are you all able to understand the gist of all these things? In the chat window, please give response. If you have any doubt, or if you uh, don't, if these things don't make sense to you, please give at least give response in chat boxes. Okay, end of traditional computing. What do you mean by end of traditional computing? If you are not doing everything on your own, then it is like ending the traditional computing, because you are overburdened with so much of work, so much of expenditure. So you are ending traditional computing environment and you are going for computing as a utility service. Now again there is a question. Can you give me an example of utility service which we typically use every day? In chat window at least give me response. What is utility service? Utility means what?
We are using another person to complete our work. Like this.
Right? Utility means using something. Utility service on a pay basis. Someone will provide us something, we use it and we pay it. That is utility service. Give me an example of utility service.
Transports, cabs, etc.
Very good. Very good, Akhil. Now, to go from here, suppose I have to go from here to Usmania University. Traditional means what? First, buy a car. I have to buy a car by myself or any means of transport, two-wheeler or four-wheeler, something I have to buy. Okay. And then I have to learn because everything I have to do. And then I have to drive. And then I have to go. That is traditional way. But now, as a utility service means what? I book a cab on Ola, Uber, and then I don't have to do anything. Somebody is buying those four wheelers or two wheelers. Somebody is appointing drivers. Somebody is paying the salary to them. Somebody is putting the fuel in those vehicles. Everything is maintained by someone else. I am not doing anything. I just want my service. What is the service? That they should pick me up from a source place and drop me at the destination. That's what I want. I want it to be utility. I want to just use it. Utility means using it. I want to use it and I want to pay it. So lot of burden has been relieved from me because I am not at all concerned with anything. Something, if car or whatever means of transport uh, gets stop working, then it is their responsibility to somehow arrange me another cab or another vehicle. So you see how flexible this model is and how efficient and how easy to use this model is. I just have to use the service and pay. Okay, very good example. Another example I want, because every day we are using lot of utility services. So I want you to think and tell me. Unless and until you reflect, you don't understand. You have to reflect and you have to ponder over the things and give me responses. Yes, student. Any other service which you use?
Yeah, ma'am. Broadband services, like they are giving us the internet provider, and we are
Yes.
using that. We
Very
are
good.
paying
Very good. Otherwise, traditional approach means what we have to do? We have to buy the fiber cable.
fiber net.
We have to only lay and everything we have to do. That is traditional model. Very good. This is also pay and use. There are different, uh, if you consider different internet service providers, they have some plans. What are their plans? If we use 100 GB, and at this much speed, this is the amount we have to pay. If you use 500 GB and um, some speed, some amount. So it is like plans are available. Based on your plan, you have to pay, you get the service. That is also an example. Any other example? Yes, any other example? Are you all reflecting on what I am telling you, students?
Simply household facilities, what we in house works. I can say simply, ma'am. That's like
Which one? Means house help.
uh,
You are taking the service of house help and
services
paying,
are paying for
oh,
that.
paying for that.
Example, laundries or
Right, right. Laundry service and other um, services also you pay and use. Right. The main important thing with which we all are able to connect. Without that we can't, because I'm using a laptop. I require what I require to connect to you all. Okay, not internet. Internet is above something. What is the primary facility that is required in order to connect, in order to communicate? You have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi requires, what does Wi-Fi requires? Hmm? Electricity. Wi-Fi requires electricity. If there is no power, because I'm using a desktop, a laptop, I have to have electricity. Electricity is also a utility service. There is a meter every month, based on the number of units used, you get the bill. That is also pay and use basis. Then you have water, that is also metered. You all may have a meter fixed at your places, and it shows some readings. Based on the readings, you get the bill, monthly bill. That is also, you know, an approach where you don't have to do everything. Okay, next. Now, that is about computing as a utility service. So these are all examples which are non-computing. But then now we are moving to uh, have computing also as a service. Computing as a service in the sense that you use uh, either a hardware or a software on an application, and then you pay. Okay, who provides this?
ma'am. I heard about
Hmm?
I heard about taking hardware as rent for some period, storage devices for rent. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
available, ma'am?
yeah, it is available. I will show you. You know something? Last week I kept everything open in my browser, and then you all did not join, and then I could not show you. But again, I'll try to show you. Again, I have to open it. But anyway, so who provides the service? Service will be provided by reputed computing and IT giants. Which service? Computing service. And then it is win-win situation, essentially useful for both the parties, the users as well as providers. Okay, what is the concern? Now tell me, you are using the services of someone else. Someone else is nothing but service vendor, software vendor, service provider. So service provider, SP, you are using the services of SP. What are your concerns? uh, what do you think before taking the computing as a utility service? Do you have any fear to take it? Do you have any fear of storing all your photos in Photos app or in Instagram app or in um Pinterest? Do you have any fear? Although you may keep your account private, still do you have any fear? Yes, fear exists because there is a concern of security. If the data is, if your confidential and personal data is leaked, if you put all your certificates, all card numbers, all your personal photos, there is a some kind of concern. But then because these days service providers are giving you security assurance, so then you can trust, and you can you make use of those services. Okay. What is a story? The story of a similar scenario a century ago. A century ago, there was no electrical utilities like they exist now in the form of a metered service. It was not there at that time. So the firms and businesses used to set up their own electricity infrastructure, and they used to generate the electric power, and then they used to have all these hardware maintenance, all extra costs involved at that time a century ago. Now, so that kind of revolution we are seeing in computing. We don't even know, that at that time electricity, people used to generate their own electricity by setting up that infrastructure. We don't even know that. We never seen. But now, after a century, that transformation is happening in computing services. Electricity is now stabilized. Now it is very advanced infrastructure exists, and you don't have to do anything for that. But then, because cloud computing is in its initial stages, so we are witnessing all these changes that are occurring. Okay. And then, moral of the story. So all this story, whatever we have uh, discussed so far. So in the early 20th century, before the advent of electricity grid, you might have seen electricity grid, what is maintained by our Telangana state electricity department. They maintain electricity grids. So before the advent of that, the industries used to build and run their own power generation plants. Just as many enterprises were to deploy and manage their own computing systems in traditional computing system. Okay. So the moral is that uh, there are different ways of doing things. For instance, you can do everything by yourself, or you can use third party uh, services in the form of outsourcing, or you can use the cloud. So cloud computing has marked the end of computing as people knew it. There is very little room for luxuries to stick with the ideology that says we have always done it this way, because we are habituated to say that we have always done it this way. Means whatever our parents have done, we are habituated to do that, and our parents did whatever their parents did, and so on. But then change should happen at some point, and this is the point where cloud computing is making the things to be happening in a way which was not anticipated or envisioned by us only. How we used to do the things 10 years ago, we don't do it in a similar manner now. So we are this is being changed, and people are already using cloud computing. How they are using? In the form of mails, in the form of drive, Dropbox. I have given you a number of examples. So we un unwillingly and not unwillingly, unknowingly, we may not know it, but we are using it. Everywhere there is a cloud now. You please observe today, and then think and note down, jot down all the ways in which you are using cloud computing. So influences behind cloud service adoption. What is that uh, that motivates us to use cloud? Technological influences. Because we have universal network connectivity, it is easy now to use the service as well as to provide the service, because connectivity has been spread everywhere. And high performance computing systems, servers are available, and then they are quite powerful. So then we are able to connect and we are able to do. Cloud computing provides access to supercomputer like power at a fraction of a of the traditional cost. So commoditization, everything is commoditization. Commoditization means it is available in the market like commodity. You go to supermarket, you carry a trolley and you put whatever you want in that, and you go to billing counter, and then they bill it, you pay it, you bring them uh, stuff, whatever you have chosen. So that is known as commoditization. So now computing service are also uh, used as a commodity, which is available in the market. Take it, pay it, and use it that way. And operational or business influences. There are several business factors associated for moving into the cloud. And what are the business factors? For instance, uh, initial low investment, because you don't have to do the setup. You just use it, and you can start with low setup, and you can pay little, and you can start using the service. Low cost solution, obviously, outsourcing, uh, because you are not doing anything. Now, businesses are not doing anything. In fact, they are concerned only with the actual development. Rest all groundwork, they just pay and use. Speed or responsiveness, because fast. To buy a computer, how much time is required? First, you have to know which model is suitable for you. First you have to have your own requirements, and the model that fits your requirements, and then you have to go to the market, you have to roam around, and then you have to buy it, and then you have to bring it, and then you have to install, or you have to take it to some person to get operating system and necessary software installed. How much time it takes? It takes a lot of time. But then if you use it as a commodity, you may have to just fill up a form. I need this service for this much time at this much speed. If you fill up the form and transfer the money online, you'll get the service then and there. So it's lightning fast. And automation, because you know everything has been automated now, and cloud environment also provides lot of advantages, because even a small business can make use of automation because of cloud. If a small business put a laptop, connect to um, some cloud, get the service, pay it, and can automate the task. Small initial investment, less maintenance cost, mobility. What do you mean by mobility? Even the service which you are using by being at home, same service you can use by being at a park, by being at hospital, by being at shopping market, um, anywhere. I mean to say college, anywhere you go you can use the service because it is located somewhere else, and with any device you can access it. So it has become too mobile. So the idea of cloud computing is access anytime from anywhere with any device. And primarily everything is revolving along around flexibility. It's so flexible. You can change your now I have some plan, internet plan. The services has been made so flexible that I can change the plan right now. I don't have to do anything. I just have to fill up a form or just call uh, their person and then inform them that I want to change the plan, and they will change it in a minute. So business have become more dynamic and more flexible because of cloud computing. And the way to opt for cloud computing, please study this. Cloud computing is the solution to so many things. Cost, in terms of cost, it is inexpensive. In terms of market requirement also, it is more flexible. And also you can expand the services or you can shrink them at any time without any cost. The conclusion is that the adoption of cloud computing is growing because it provides many um advantages over the traditional computing. Students, please read the summary points and read the review questions, and also multiple choice questions. Mark the correct answers, and in tomorrow's class we will discuss these things. Okay, I wanted to show you something. I have an account on Amazon Web Services. Login. This Amazon Web Services is the giant, the you know very huge cloud provider in terms of hardware, software, everything. So this is my homepage of the AWS, your marketplace. So I told you that it is like a commodity. So what is my marketplace? I can check out your marketplace software, your service catalog, your AWS console. So in this, I wanted to show you something. Category. Look at these categories. Infrastructure software, business applications, data, industries, desktop apps, IoT, machine learning, DevOps. All these are services on the cloud provided by AWS. Hmm. High performance computing, backup and recovery. I can take backup of my laptop and put in the cloud. But then what I have to do? Look at here, billing, application services, and then billing. So all these things I will explore in tomorrow's class. But what I suggest you all today is create an account in this aws.amazon.com. Please create an account, all of you. Tomorrow you should share your screen and show me your accounts. And also please go through that review question and mark the multiple choice questions, because perhaps I might be conducting an exam after completion of 2-3 chapters. From these multiple choice questions, I will be conducting an exam. So please mark them now only. Then we'll discuss them. Okay, students, that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.